Yes. Today, I visited Matsushima Air Base of the Japan Air Self-Defense Force. Matsushima Air Base is the home base of Impulse, the only acrobatic flight team in the Japan Air Self-Defense Force. It is also home to a training unit that trains pilots for the F-2 fighter jets that will be the future of the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, and it is a base that plays an extremely important role in the defense of our country, and I understand that it is also a symbol of reconstruction for the Japan Air Self-Defense Force. I appeared on the Blue Impulse this time and observed the reconstruction status of Miyagi and Fukushima prefectures from the sky. Since the Great East Japan earthquake and the nuclear power plant accident, I have been working on reconstruction as my life's work. As we approach the 15th anniversary of the Great East Japan earthquake, I would like to once again express my condolences and sympathies to all those affected, and express my hopes for reconstruction. During this appearance, I also flew close to the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. In response to the nuclear accident, there were self-defense force members who, despite the high risk of radiation, silently demonstrated the results of their rigorous training and fully engaged in water supply and other missions for the country and its people, risking their lives. When I visited Omiya Central Garrison last year, I had the opportunity to discuss with a member who was injured in a hydrogen explosion before water supply operations began, and today I felt once again that we must never forget his medical examination and courage. During the flight, I was impressed by the pilot's high piloting skills, the maintenance staff's professional aircraft inspection, and the high performance of the T-4 training aircraft. Thank you very much, everyone. And we must not forget that Matsushima Air Base also suffered extensive damage in the Great East Japan earthquake. Even in difficult situations where they themselves or their families were affected, the Self-Defense Force members did not look back on the dangers and devoted themselves to the missions assigned to them, such as disaster relief, recovery activities, and transporting support supplies. 15 years after the Great East Japan earthquake, I would like to once again express the dedication of each and every member of the Self-Defense Forces who fully carried out their mission despite the difficult circumstances, and we must make sure that their experiences and lessons are utilized in future disaster prevention, reduction efforts, and the security of our country. I just exchanged opinions with the members of the cooperating organizations, and I was reminded of the good relationship we have with them. After this, I plan to interact with the families of the members. As the Minister of Defense, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who has supported us on a daily basis, and I would like to hear your honest opinions. That concludes my opening remarks. Yes, please go ahead. This is the prefecture. Thank you for your time. One more thing, I would like to reiterate that, after the Great East Japan earthquake, you came from the sky to the ground today. How do you plan to address disaster prevention measures as a self-defense force, including the Self-Defense Forces disaster insurance? Yes. As you can see from the route we took today, we headed south from Makijima Base and circled the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant for about 2 weeks. Well, at that time, we also used smoke, and we wanted to convey our thoughts to the workers who are still working on the ashes. We wanted to express our gratitude and our understanding of the circumstances. I hope you will understand that. And as I mentioned at the beginning, over the past 15 years, the Ministry of Defense and the Self-Defense Forces have been the last line of defense for the people of Japan, and they must fulfill that role without fail. In order to fulfill that role, they are carrying out their daily duties and training with a high sense of mission and motivation. I would like to convey this to you. Going forward, based on the lessons learned from past disaster relief missions, we will continue to strengthen regular cooperation and information sharing with local governments and related organizations, as well as enhance equipment, including disaster response equipment, strengthen the education and training of our personnel, and above all, continue to make fundamental improvements and revise the pay scale unique to the self-defense forces in order to create an environment in which the personnel and their families, who are engaged in rigorous training without ever letting their guard down in case of an emergency, can fulfill their duties as self-defense forces members and improve their disaster preparedness. Changing the topic, I would like to talk about the latest adjustments and responses by the self-defense forces regarding medical care. Yes. On Friday, the 6th, in response to the request from the Minister of Foreign Affairs to me regarding the preparatory actions necessary for the implementation of corporate transportation and other transportation, I ordered the Joint Operations Commander to move the self-defense forces to the Republic of Maldives and have them on standby. In response to this order, we have been making arrangements in various locations for departure, and today, the 8th, we have received a report that the first batch of 767 aerial refueling transport aircraft departed from Komatsu Air Base and arrived safely in the Maldives. In the future, the first batch of KC-767 aerial refueling transport aircraft will be on standby in the Maldives as a precaution so that we can respond quickly in the event that transportation of corporations, etc. is required. In addition, this law stipulates that backup aircraft and their operating factors will be maintained on standby in case of aircraft failure, etc. Corporate entities overseas are one of the most important responsibilities of the government. The Ministry of Defense and the Self-Defense Forces will closely cooperate with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the country while monitoring the development of the situation, and will take all possible measures to ensure the safety of corporations. I am the
original three-way promoter.
Please, we will discuss the future of the first point is that the target for fighter jets has been set for 2035. In addition, I have heard the development of the triangular fighter jet by Japan, the United Kingdom, and Italy will proceed from now on. The role of the Matsushima base, which is a countermeasure for the second phase of the program, is to distribute newly flown aircraft. I think we can hear about the current status of development of the base.
Yes.
The second one. The Japan-US joint military exercise was held in Maki for the second consecutive year, and the aircraft was conducted in Matsudera. The ministry expressed concerns about the association of this function within the ministry. Minister, you mentioned that the security environment is changing. How will you explain these issues to the public, and how will you respond to requests for financial assistance?
Yes, first of all, regarding Matsushima base. Matsushima base plays an extremely important role in protecting the lives and peaceful lives of the people and ensuring the complete defense of our country. The role of Makijima Air Base after the regular base is retired is a matter related to the future system, and I cannot make any definitive statement at this point, but I am also aware from the discussions I had with the relevant organizations and the mayor earlier that the local people have supported Makijima Air Base for many years and that we have built a very good relationship. I would like to make an appropriate decision while taking these good relationships into consideration. In addition, regarding the development of the fighter jet, a private organization called Joint Venture Edgewing has been established in conjunction with the GCAP government agency, JAIGO, and the three countries of Japan, the UK, and Italy are working together to develop the fighter jet through public-private partnerships. I myself recently held a frank discussion with the ministers, including a meeting with UK Defence Secretary Heatley and Italian Minister Crosetto at MIHE, and I would like to continue to take the lead in moving things forward. The second question also touched on the burden and subsidies related to the base. In June 2024, the US hosted Exercise Valiant Shield 24 will take place, and in July of last year, during the Resolute 4 Pacific exercise hosted by the United States, US fighter jets were deployed to Makijima Air Base and conducted joint training with the self-defense forces. Given the most severe and complex security environment since the war, Improving the deterrent power of the Japan-US alliance is an urgent issue, and steadily implementing various training and exercises, including Japan-US joint training, with the understanding and cooperation of the public is essential to protecting the lives and peaceful lives of the people. I understand that there are various opinions regarding the implementation of training, but it is important to carefully explain each and every point to the public so that we can gain the understanding and cooperation of the local people, especially those in Matsushima City, and I intend to continue to make every effort necessary to do so, even as a combatant. You also asked about grants. We have been working to secure the necessary funds, and the mayor also mentioned this point in his remarks today. And the mayor mentioned that my hometown is Yokosuka, so the mayor of Yokosuka and the base council often have various exchanges, and he also mentioned that I am a minister now, but before I became a minister, I was in a position to make requests to the Ministry of Defense, so regarding the grant, I would like to continue to understand and accept such feelings as the Minister of Defense and respond appropriately while fully considering the actual state of operations. Yes. I may have said Komatsu Air Base earlier, but it was Kamaka Air Base. Yes. We arrived in the Maldives from Kamaka Air Base. Yes, that's all. Is that all? Yes, thank you for your hard work in the cold. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work in the cold. Thank you for your
hard work. Thank you very